Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
How are you?
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Scooby no tiene comida en el plato.
Hi, Brenda.
Hi, good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening. Oh my God. Did you study the verbs? Did you study the verbs?
No, teacher, in my case, no, I didn't have a time.
Really?
Little teacher because I have a lot of work today.
Me neither, teacher, but on the weekend, I promised you.
Okay.
Me too.
All right, Rosie, show your last name.
En this moment, teacher.
Okay, what did we study yesterday?
Sudden infinity form.
Okay, gerunds and infinitives. But yesterday we focused on prepositions.
Preposition.
Prepositions that are followed by a gerund or infinitive.
Both.
Gerunds.
Gerund.
Gerunds.
All right, gerund. Very good. Okay, let me ask you about some collocations. Since yesterday we were studying prepositions followed by gerunds. So, but I want you to understand that these prepositions go after the adjectives you know, the adjectives you have, and the verbs you have, okay? For example, if I say afraid, what is the preposition that goes after afraid? Rocio, what is the preposition? What is the
I remember.
preposition that we use after afraid?
Afraid of.
Okay, afraid of. Okay, remember the pronunciation is of, right? Of. Repeat, of.
Of.
Okay, all right. Fernando, excited, what is the preposition? Excited?
I don't know, teacher.
Don't know?
No, I don't know.
Alberto, what is the preposition? That is follow, what is the preposition follow?
I don't know, teacher.
That is followed by, you don't know? But you have the information, guys. You have the information. Take a look at the information.
About.
About.
About, exactly. So you say excited about, okay? Brenda, dream. What about dream? What about dream? What is the preposition?
To drink. To drink, teacher.
Excuse me, Rosie?
You say drink.
No, dream.
Dream.
Drink. To dream. To drink.
Dream about.
About.
Or of.
Dream about or dream of.
Of.
Exactly. Look forward. Karen, look forward. Look forward.
Look forward to going.
Look forward to, that is the preposition. Okay, yes. What about tired? tired,
Of.
tired of, okay? Diana, what about responsible?
Responsible for.
Responsible for. Jennifer, what about feel?
I don't know. I opened the document in this moment.
Me, teacher, feel like.
Feel like, exactly. Good, Brenda, what about good?
At. Good at.
Good. Yes, exactly, good at, all right? Insist, Rocio, insist.
Insist on.
Insist on. Guys, you need to study this information, okay? I want you to study more, please. Okay, one more. What about interested?
Interesante.
Waldo, interested in? Okay, interested in. Plan,
Plan on.
plan
Plan
on.
on.
Or you can say,
What?
yeah, you can say plan on, or you can say, you can use plan followed by two prepositions. One is plan on, and the other is
Plan at.
plan on is one. What is the second one?
Of.
Plan of.
Two.
Plan to. Okay, remember that you can say plan on or plan to. When you say plan on, so then you need a gerund. But when you say plan to, you need an infinitive. Okay? All right, let's have an activity. Okay, hold on a second, please. Okay, I want you to click on extra practice, week number 1. And you're going to gerunds and infinitives word search. Gerunds and infinitives word search.
Okay.
Word search. Word search. Don't start. Please don't start. Don't start yet. Hold on, don't stop. Okay, take it easy. So you have 10, well, you have 20. You have 20 verbs, okay? So what you're going to do right now is this. You're going to work in small groups and you're going to help with one another in order to find these 20 verbs in the word search. Okay, just find these 20 verbs. Okay, this is what you need to do. Just find the 20 verbs. I'm going to give you 10 minutes so you can find them all. Okay, 10 minutes. All right.
Okay.
When the time is over, but don't start, take it easy, take it easy. All right. So when the time is over, I'm going to close all the rooms. Okay, so try to finish before the time is up. Okay, week number 1, then you click on extra practice, and then you click on infinitives, gerunds, word search. Okay,
Can you repeat lo último?
I'm going to give you 10. Oh, no, the instruction in order to find the link.
Yes. It's
Okay, all right. So click on week number 1, then click on extra practice. And then you click on gerunds, infinitives, word search.
okay.
All right. Can you please join the room? Ten minutes.
Teacher,
Tell me.
me sacó del grupo 3. Intenté y me sacó
Del
estaba
grupo 3.
y con Diana, con Raimundo. Si me agrega, porfa.
Okay. Join. Diana.
Teacher, me caí. No sé cómo regresar a mi grupo.
What was your group?
I don't remember. With Rosy, Carlos Palma.
Okay, so group number 3. All right, join.
Thanks.
All right. Did you finish?
Yes.
Really?
Solo una.
Also, you didn't finish. Hmm. Okay. Let's see, the first group is Brenda, did you finish? How many words you missed or you found all of the words?
No, we don't finish.
Finish.
No, tú dices, solo encontramos como 3 palabras, algo así.
Three.
No, 10.
10 words. Okay. Right.
Ajá.
Let's ask the second group.
Estar ahí, de tu chat.
Oswaldo, did you finish? Did your group finish?
No, teacher. My group no finish.
Okay, how many words did you find? Or how many words do you miss?
All work.
I don't know.
17.
15.
17 words. Okay, 17 words.
words, but we can separar, ¿cómo se dice, teacher?
Separate.
Separate gerund and infinitive.
Oh, no. I mean, the task was only to find the 10 verbs. That's it. Okay. All right. Let's see the group number 3. Diana, did you finish? Did your group finish?
No, teacher.
How many words do you have?
Let me see. 17 too.
17 as well. Okay. All right. And the last group, Elizabeth, you said that only one word is missing. Okay. All right. So, well, so you're the winner, right? Can you please share? Can you please share your screen?
Yes.
Share your screen.
Just a moment.
Okay. What word is missing?
Mind. The number
Mine,
11.
that is
Where's mine?
in 3, 4, 5 line.
Mm.
5 line.
This?
And
This line?
column.
1, 2,
No,
3, 4,
la
5.
siguiente.
The next one.
The next one.
Oh,
Next to,
this
yes.
is here.
Yeah.
Mine.
All right.
We
Okay,
finished.
very good. Okay, well done. Well done. Okay. All right. So now what you're going to do is this. You are going to use the list I gave you. Okay, you're going to use the list I gave you. And you're going to classify. Can you please scroll down, Elizabeth? Scroll down, scroll down. Scroll down, yeah, scroll down. Okay, stop right there. So you're going to classify these verbs according to the correct category. You have infinitive, gerund, and either. Okay, infinitive, gerund, and either. I want you to use the list I gave you, the list of verbs I gave you, so you can help yourself. Okay. For example, scroll up, Elizabeth, scroll up, up. No, up. Okay, the first one is want. Want is followed by a gerund or infinitive?
Infinitive.
Infinitive. Okay, so Elizabeth, can you please classify want according to the correct category? All right. Let's continue with the second one, please, Elizabeth. All right. What about refuse? Is refuse followed by a gerund or infinitive? You have the list. You have the list, Elizabeth, on your computer.
Infinitive.
Infinitive.
Refuse is followed by an infinitive. Okay. All right. Continue, please, with number 3. Hope. It's hope followed by an infinitive or gerund.
Infinitive.
Infinitive.
Okay. That's number, Elizabeth, that's number 3. Uh-huh. Okay. Hope
Is the last.
I don't
is
find.
the last one.
Ah,
Is the last one?
thank
Okay,
you.
all right, there you go. Okay. So please stop sharing, Elizabeth. Stop sharing,
Okay.
please. Okay, so now go back, please go back to the main, well, go back to the small group and do this exercise. Remember, you can use the list I gave you, so you help yourself, okay? All right, go back, go back. Did you finish?
Yes, teacher.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, let's check it out. I'm going to share my screen. Do you see my screen?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
teacher.
All right, let's see right here. let's start with the first one. Okay, so we say that one is followed by an infinitive all the time, right? All the time.
Infinity.
It's infinity.
Yes. Yeah, one. What about you see my screen? Yeah.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
teacher.
All right. Let's see. Okay. One is followed by an infinitive. What about refuse? What about
It's
refuse?
It's
Infinity.
infinity too.
Infinitive.
It's followed
Infinitive.
by an infinitive. Okay. All right. What about hope?
Infinity.
Infinitive.
Infinitive.
Is followed by an infinitive. Hope. Okay, it's the last one. Okay, what about the next one? Decide.
It's infinity.
Infinitive. Where is decide? Decide. Okay. What about the next one?
Make it
Infinity too.
Hate. Okay, hate. Right, but also hate. Yeah, we can use hate followed by an infinitive. You say, I hate to eat chocolate, or I hate eating chocolate. Okay, both are correct. So let's put it right here. Infinitive, but remember that both are correct. What about plan?
Infinitive.
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 Plan. Okay. Plan. Oh, you use a gerund. Plan on plus a gerund, right? And plan to plus an infinitive. Okay. So let's continue. Finish.
Jerem.
Yeah.
Okay, it's followed by a gerund. And afford.
Infinitive.
Infinitive.
What is it? Where is it? Where is it?
Down.
Type, teacher, type.
Yeah. Okay. All right, I have it. So number 9, learn.
Infinitive.
Infinitive.
Learn is followed by an infinitive. Okay. Where is it? I don't find it. Learn.
Arriba, teacher, abajo de finish.
Okay.
Teacher, if
Okay,
you,
you can
type
use,
the letter,
yeah. You can use try followed by a gerund and also followed by an infinitive.
For me, it's either. Try.
Either.
Yes.
Okay. Either. Right here, either, because when you use try followed by an infinitive, you have 1 minute, 1 minute. But when you use try followed by a gerund, you have a different meaning. Okay, so we're going to take a look at that information later. Mind. What about mind?
Infinitive.
Infinitive or gerund? I
Gerund.
don't
Gerund,
mind.
sorry.
I
Gerund.
don't mind going. Okay, all right. So mine is followed by a gerund. All the time, with no exception, okay? All the time. What about suggest?
Gerund.
Gerund.
gerund too.
Gerund, okay. What about promise?
Infinitive.
Infinitive.
Infinitive, promise. And remember?
Infinitive.
Okay, remember is one of those verbs that can be followed by a gerund or infinitive. And the meaning changes, right? The meaning
Like,
changes. The meaning is not the same. So I'm going to put it here. Like try. Yes.
forget, teacher.
Like forget, like remember,
But
like try,
I confuse
like
because
stop.
we confuse because in the either is only 2 words. But
Yes.
we want to put there remember, but not other space.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And we
But we have forget.
infinitive. Yes, forget, try, and remember. We think
Mm-hmm.
are either.
Yes, exactly, because you can use a forget followed by infinitive or gerund and the meaning changes. But I'm going to explain that. So forget and enjoy. All right. So forget can be followed by a gerund or infinitive. So let's choose one. Okay, let's leave it. Let's leave it here. Forget and enjoy. Oops, right here.
Infinitive. Ah, gerund, perdón.
Gerund, yeah. Enjoy.
I-
Okay. What about spend? What about
Gerund?
spend?
Gerund.
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 Spend, gerund. All the time, right?
Yes.
Okay. Spend. Okay. And need,
Infinitive.
infinitive, all the time. Okay. Like, you can use like followed by an infinitive, right?
And gerund.
And but you don't change the meaning. The meaning doesn't change. Okay, so like and agree. Where's agree? Agree, okay. Okay, I'm going to explain the special cases we have, okay? But this must be the result. I'm going to focus on the exceptions that we have to the rules.
Stop to buy bread from the supermarket.
Okay, let me share my computer screen. Can you see? Can you see?
Yes, I can.
All right.
Yes.
Please, I want you to pay very, very close attention to this topic, right? Because the exceptions are sometimes confusing, okay? So please try to pay close attention to this.
Stop to buy bread from the supermarket.
Oops, I don't want the subtitles in Spanish. Okay, here we go.
Stop to buy bread from the supermarket. Stop buying bread from the supermarket. Do these two sentences have the same meaning? No. And in this lesson, I'll show you why. Hello, I'm Emma from English. Today, I'm going to show you how verb patterns can affect the meaning of sentences in English. You see, a verb followed by a gerund can have a completely different meaning than if the same verb is followed by an infinitive verb.
Whoa. What's a gerund?
A gerund looks like a verb, but it's actually a noun. It's formed by adding ing to the end of the base form of the verb. So a gerund is the base form with ing. Listen plus ing. Listening to music helps me relax. This lesson right here will explain gerunds for you in much more detail. But the infinitive is the base form of the verb. But there are two types of infinitives in English. The to infinitive, which is the verb with to listen. I prefer not to listen to music when I'm working. But there's also the zero infinitive, or the base form. So that's the verb without to. Please listen carefully to my instructions. Today, we're focusing on the to infinitive, so the verb with to. And there are many, many verbs in English that can be followed either by a gerund or the to infinitive. Now, you may hear this called a verb pattern, when two verbs appear together in a sentence. Some verbs completely change meaning when they're followed by either a gerund or the to infinitive. So, back to today's big question. What's the difference between stop buying bread and stop to buy bread? Well, stop with a gerund means to quit an action. Stop buying bread from the supermarket. It's an order to never buy bread again from the supermarket.
Look at this. A stop followed by a gerund. What is the meaning? You quit an action. So what does it mean? That you stop buying bread and you don't buy bread anymore. Okay, you stop buying bread. So you stop doing this action. You don't buy bread anymore. If you say, I stopped buying bread. Okay, let me give you some examples. I stopped smoking. So what is the meaning of this sentence? Do I continue smoking? Do I continue smoking?
Do I?
No.
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 It means that yes, it means that I don't smoke anymore. Why? Because it's not healthy. So I stopped. I don't do this action. Okay, so that is the meaning of stop followed by a gerund. Okay, keep that in mind. When you stop doing something permanently. Okay, so you stop doing permanently. Just you stop doing something permanently. Okay, Rocio, can you please give me your own example?
Okay, I don't know what I just
Think about something that you don't do anymore.
I watched Netflix. Oh no, I watched I don't know, teacher. Complete construction is very difficult.
Okay,
Stop
all right.
playing
I stopped.
game.
What?
A game.
What? For example, in my case, I stopped
Watching.
playing.
Oh,
And stop eating
Okay.
junk food.
Okay, all right. Stop eating junk food. Very good. I stopped playing soccer. I used to play soccer in the past, but not in the present. Why? Because I don't have time. So the meaning is that I don't play soccer anymore.
okay.
Okay,
Okay.
all right. Rosie, can you please give me your own example using the stopped followed by a gerund?
Stop watching TV.
You stop what?
Watching TV, teacher. I don't have time to see.
Okay, all right. So you stop watching TV. Okay.
I only see in the cell phone, but once in a while.
Once in a while. Okay, all right. Very good. Jonathan, can you please give me your own example? Jonathan?
I stopped
Think about something you stop doing that you don't do anymore because you don't have time, because you don't like it.
Teacher,
Yes.
I stopped running in the morning
Really? Why?
because the weather is cold.
Okay. She stopped running at the park, you said.
Yes, in the park.
Okay. All right. So you don't run anymore, right?
Right.
Okay. All right. Very good. So do you understand the context?
Yes, teacher.
Yes, teacher.
Okay. For example, I stopped, this is another example, a real example. I stopped going to, okay, San Vicente.
Why, teacher?
Huh?
Why, teacher?
My father's family is from San Vicente, but I don't go to San Vicente anymore because I don't like that place. Okay, so I have stopped going. I don't go there anymore. Okay, so remember, stop. So stop followed by a gerund indicates that you stop doing something permanently. Permanently, you don't do it anymore. Okay, the activity, the action, it's over. Okay. So let's continue. Who's writing on the chat?
Me, teacher. Have an example.
Okay, Rocio, okay. You stop drinking, really, Rocio, you don't drink soda.
No.
Why?
For a
Only beer.
diet.
Only beer.
No.
Okay. Right, let's continue.
Maybe the bread's too expensive or it's not good quality. But whatever the reason, stop buying bread from the supermarket means don't buy bread there anymore. Since we're talking about completely quitting an action, this is also the form that you should use when you're talking about addictions or bad habits. Stop smoking cigarettes, it's bad for your health. I wish you'd stop biting your nails.
Oh,
It's gross.
Okay, look at this example. I wish you would stop biting your nails. It's gross, right? When you're like, right? So you tell your children, right? Hey, come on, stop doing that. Okay, don't do it anymore. So what is gross? What is the meaning of gross?
Gross or groceries?
No, gross.
No.
Gross is an expression. It's an adjective. It's like it's gross. So when you say that, it means
Something bad?
yeah, something bad. So it means disgusting, right?
Okay.
Something disgusting. That is the meaning of gross. Disgusting.
Teacher,
Yeah, tell me, Alberto.
I have a question.
Mhm.
Why when you write the different example, you write the verb stop in past?
Yes. Okay, all right, because the example was oriented to the simple past. It doesn't mean, Alberto, that you need to use the verb stop in simple past. It doesn't matter. You can use the verb stop in present, in past, in future. It doesn't matter. But these examples were oriented to the simple past, so that's why. But you can use stop in any tense.
That is true.
Okay, yeah.
Teacher.
All right.
Do you have a bad habit that you know you should stop doing?
Guys, do you have a bad habit that you think that you should stop doing? Do you have a bad habit?
Yes, teacher, how do you say tronarse los dedos?
Really?
Yes, when I nervous, I don't do it. This.
Okay, just a second. Just a second. I have forgot that expression. Hold on.
No me gusta.
Okay, when you crack, okay, when you crack your fingers.
Okay.
Let me write down. Yes, let me write down the.
No sabía cómo se decía eso. No sabía cómo
¿Quién? No.
Okay. Crack fingers. Okay, crack fingers.
No me pasa.
All right.
Vamos a ver.
Solo quería con las palmas de los pies.
No por si de indicación.
Ponga. Saco. ¿Viste?
Okay, let's go on.
Write a sentence about it in the comments below. Make sure you use the gerund form, right? Okay, so there's a quick ad break right now, just enough time for you to write your sentence before we move on to stop with the infinitive form. Stop with the to infinitive means to pause or leave one action to do another. stop to buy bread from the supermarket. So this is also an order or an instruction, but it's to stop at the supermarket as you go past and get some bread. So you stop the action of walking or driving by, you interrupt that action to go and buy some bread from the supermarket, but then you would continue back on your journey.
Okay, so what about when you use a stop followed by an infinitive? What does it mean? What does it refer to?
When I continue make or doing something.
Exactly. Okay. I mean, you stop an action for a moment, but then you retake the action and then you continue.
Okay.
Back on your journey. So let's talk about a few more examples. Make sure you stop to talk to Sarah before you leave work today. She's got something important to tell you. I worked all day. I didn't even stop to eat lunch. Okay, great. So stop followed by a gerund has a completely different meaning to stop followed by the to infinitive. Now, do all verbs change meaning when they're followed by a gerund or an infinitive? That's a good question, but the answer is no. Some verbs keep the same meaning if they're followed by a gerund or the to infinitive. Let's take a look at the word start. We start eating dinner at 7. We start to eat dinner at 7. Is there a big difference in meaning between these two sentences? Nope. So how do you know which verbs change meaning
In this case,
when followed?
Can be followed by a gerund or by an infinitive, and you have the same meaning. So the meaning doesn't change right here.
By a gerund or an infinitive? Now the answer is not as simple as you want it to be. You need to learn them. You need to study, get familiar with different verb patterns and practice using them. The more you see and use these verb patterns, the more naturally you'll start to use them. But to get you started, I've got some more common verbs and their meanings when they're followed by a gerund or an infinitive verb. So don't stop watching. It's just getting interesting. Forget. I'll never forget watching my first horror movie. Don't forget to watch the news tonight. Do these verb patterns have the same meaning? No, not at all. Forget with a gerund means to look back at past memories. I'll never forget watching my first horror movie. I was so scared that I couldn't sleep for weeks.
In this case, are you referring to the present or to the past?
It's the past.
You're referring to the past, exactly, right? So you look back on past memories. So you're going to use forget followed by a gerund when you refer to the past. I'll never forget watching my first horror movie. Maybe you might say, teacher, but this is future. I will. Yes, but we are not talking about the structure. We are talking about the context. So the structure refers to the future, but the context refers to the past. And this is what we are talking about.
I wish I could forget falling down the stairs in front of the whole school. So let's try this together. Do you have an embarrassing memory that you wish you could forget? Write a sentence in the comments below so that I can check it for you. Now, forget with the to infinitive is used to give a reminder to someone, to make sure that they do something, that they don't forget. Don't forget to watch the news tonight. I was interviewed on the main street today, so I don't want you to miss it.
And when do we use forget followed by an infinitive? When you refer to a reminder. What is a reminder?
Like memorize something or
Okay, when you try to keep something in mind, right?
okay.
Like, for example, I can say, don't forget to do your homework. This is a reminder. Don't forget to take your umbrella. It's rainy.
Don't forget to bring your tickets, otherwise they won't let you into the show. Remember, do you remember dancing with me on our first date? Remember to take lots of pictures on your trip. Do you notice any similarities between forget and remember? Remember with a gerund is used to talk about a memory. What do you remember about your first date? I remember eating ribs covered in sticky sauce with my hands. Thanks,
So
Shah.
in this case, again, you're talking about the past, context, right? The context, not the structure, okay? To talk about a memory. What's memory? Something that happened in the past that you remember in the present. Can you please see Carlos Palma? Can you please read the sentence you have on the screen? Carlos? Okay, Alberto, please help me out. Alberto, read the example.
Okay, read.
Yes, read the example.
Okay. I remember eating ribs covered in sticky sauce with my hands.
Okay.
Teacher, what is the meaning?
It's really awkward. I had sticky stuff.
Excuse me?
What is the meaning sticky?
Sticky, like for example, let me mention okay, when you are eating chewing gum, right? So the chewing gum is sticky. Like you touch it, but you have it right here.
Ah, okay.
Okay, so that's sticky.
Teacher, It's like, this look like to buffalo wings, for example, when you put the in the salsas.
Sauce.
The sauce? No, but that is
Similar,
the dressing.
sticky.
Let me show you a picture about sticky. Okay, look at this picture.
Okay.
Do you see the
Yeah.
picture? No.
Pegajoso.
Do you see the picture?
Yes, I
Yes.
can see.
Yes, teacher.
All right.
Yes, I
Yes,
see.
teacher.
So this is sticky, right?
Ah, okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
Coming all the way down my arms. Gross. What do you remember about your first date? Write it in the comments. Now, remember, with the to infinitive is used to talk about something that someone needs to do, to remind them to do something. Remember to whisk the eggs before adding the sugar. Remember to turn at the intersection, otherwise you'll get stuck on a one-way road. Regret. The eggs before adding the sugar.
Okay. And when do we use remember followed by an infinitive? When we talk about something,
Something needs to do.
someone needs to do. Mhm.
Remember to turn at the intersection, otherwise you'll get stuck on a one-way road. Regret. The verb regret with a gerund is used to talk about something that you did in the past that you aren't happy about anymore.
Okay, regret followed by a gerund. When you talk about something you did in the past and you aren't happy about anymore. So you didn't want that event to happen, but it happened.
You know, decisions that you made in the past that you wish you didn't make. When you wish you could go back in time and change those actions. He regretted yelling at her as soon as she walked away. He woke up with a pounding headache and immediately regretted drinking so much the night before. What do you wish you could go back in time and change? Can you write a sentence about it? Add it to the comments. Now, regret with the to infinitive is used to tell someone bad news or something that they don't want to hear.
Okay, the regret followed by an infinitive is something, or it refers to something when we try to tell someone else a really bad news or something that the other person doesn't want to hear.
And this verb pattern is really formal language, and it's always followed by bad news. So these are the words that you don't want to hear after a job interview. I regret to say that I wasn't impressed by the performance. We regret to inform you that you have 10 days left to pay the account, otherwise we'll close it. Mean. We missed our bus, which meant waiting 6 hours until the next one. Did you mean to miss the meeting this morning? So when mean is followed by a gerund, it's used to talk about what the response or the result of something is. Make sure you bring your jacket or it will mean getting really wet and
Okay.
cold.
So, mean followed by a gerund. When do we use mean followed by a gerund?
Like,
When-
the response or result of something, like reading this in this video. Result of something.
Okay. To talk about what the response or result of something is. Can you please, Elizabeth, give me an example?
Of something is.
I don't know.
Make sure you bring your jacket.
I don't know,
Talk
teacher.
about what you don't know.
Teacher is when I talking about the I don't know how do you say the use of things. For example, my pencil is for writing some cards or in my notebook. No, I don't know. Es como el uso de algo, entiendo yo. No.
Okay, not really. Okay, listen. To talk about what the response or result of something is. So make sure you bring your jacket or it will mean getting really wet and cold. So you already know what's going to happen.
Okay.
All right. For example, what happens when you are really, really sick and you do not go to the doctor? What might be the result?
I am see
What
really,
would be the result?
really bad.
So you start feeling really bad, okay? And all of a sudden you get worse and worse, okay? And you might die, okay?
Yes.
You might die. So you already know the result. You already know what's going to happen,
Okay.
all right? So in this case, we use mean followed by a gerund. When
Okay.
you know the result of something.
Okay.
Or it will mean getting really wet and cold. Visiting my sister in London means spending 8 hours on a plane.
Means spending 8 hours on a plane. So you already know that there's a long distance. So that's why you use the gerund right here.
Okay.
Mean with the to infinitive is used when you intend or you plan to do something. So when it's used in the past tense, this verb is especially useful for excuses. I meant to call you last night, but I totally forgot. She meant to put sugar in your coffee, but she accidentally added salt.
She meant to call you last night, but I meant to call you last night, but I totally forget.
It's like when I say something
When you
excuse.
try. Yes, exactly. I mean, you try, but I mean, or you wanted to do it, but you forget.
Okay.
Got. She meant to put sugar in your coffee, but she accidentally added salt. So now that you've had plenty of practice with gerunds and infinitives, it's time to move on to a new lesson. Don't stop watching yet. Try these lessons right here. And remember to subscribe to my channel just down here. And don't forget to share this video using the share button just down there. See you in the next lesson.
Okay.
Look, you need to stop talking. Wait, you need to stop to talk? I don't, what is it? Is it ing or to infinitive? I hate English, it's weird.
Sorry guys, I lost connection.
No problem, teacher.
Okay, can you please write down some examples on the chat using one of these verbs that you saw on the video, and I'm going to check your examples. Okay, write down your examples. Okay, so Sarah says, don't forget to send me an email. Okay, so that's a reminder. Very good. Any other example? Okay, Jonathan says, I stopped eating candy. So, well, Karen says, I stopped eating junk food. Why don't you eat junk food anymore, Karen?
Because in this moment make the exercise very difficult. I don't have too more time.
Okay. Sarai says, I stopped with double P, Sarai.
Excuse me?
stopped with double P.
Okay, sorry.
So Jennifer says, Maria didn't mean to hurt your feelings. Okay. I stopped playing my old guitar. Okay. Carlos Palma, why don't you write down your example?
Hola, teacher.
Write your example.
Me había desconectado. Es que estaba con en otra reunión y me había desconectado.
Oh, okay. Well, Sarah says, I have a meeting at 8 a.m. That means waking up early. Very good. I stopped drinking beer. Why, Oswaldo? Why don't you drink beers?
It's a broma. How do you say broma?
It's a joke.
Yes, it's a joke.
Okay. So you do drink beers.
Sorry, teacher.
You do drink beers.
Every weekend.
Okay. All right. Give an example using regret. I'll never forget buying, Rocio. I'll never forget buying.
Buying.
Yeah, because
Okay.
you're talking about memory. You're talking about memory. So I'll never forget buying cereal for my breakfast. Give me an example using regret. Or remember. Fernando says, I'll never forget my first time driving. More example, please. I remember closing the door. Okay, good. I remember opening the bookstore. So you're talking about the past, right? Okay. So we're going to stop right here. Let me go over the attendance. When you hear your name, please say present. All right, Susana Lemos. Missing. Natalie Guadalupe. Missing. Jonathan.
Present, teacher.
Okay. Jennifer Castellón.
Present.
Guillermo Chacón. Okay, missing. Saraí García.
Present, teacher.
Okay. Brenda Espinosa. Okay. Sara Lama.
Present, teacher.
Okay, Victor Lazo. Rocío López.
Present.
Diana Gómez. She asked for permission. Rosy Mejía.
Present, teacher.
Carlos Palma.
Present.
Alberto Raimundo.
Present.
Fernando Rivas.
Present, teacher.
Teresa Rodríguez.
Present.
Oswaldo Velázquez.
Present.
Emerson Hueso.
Present, teacher.
And Karen Zavala.
Present, teacher.
Okay. All right, so this is it for today's lesson, guys. Have a great night, and I'll see you tomorrow.
Okay, teacher.
Bye, teacher.
Thank
Have a good night.
See you tomorrow.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye.
Night.